Hello, everybody, and welcome to the We3Kingz Podcast. I am your host.
Are you good, man?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm your host, Farrell, and to my right, we have Brianna. Okay. And straight ahead of me is Steven, aka Black Summer.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, I mean, as you can probably tell, just from the quality, this is something, a little different than what we usually do. Usually we're on our computers, just talking about, whatever. Yeah, and due to unforeseen circumstances, we had to drop it at 3. But we'll just go ahead and get into the topic.
But before we do that, like Fro said, it's a little different. We don't got our two main co-stars. One of them got hurt, so prayers up for him. Like have a moment of silence for our man Tamel since he lost somebody today. Just by your heads, give a quick moment of silence for him. All right, now let's get back into the show.
All right, so for the first topic, if I'm asking correctly, Steve, it was what we learned outside of high school.
Yes, sir. What you've learned, it can be what you learned in high school that you can apply into everyday life now. What you've learned since graduating, like since becoming a full-fledged adult in these United States of America.
Well, I mean, you want to start off, or
Well, I can tell you what. I wish we knew a little better. It was about these taxes.
Shit.
Did my taxes? They talking about I owe. I said, oh no, I don't like that no more.
Yeah, I ain't know, but I ain't get nothing. I got probably 300-400 total.
You can have some kids. That'll up your return a little bit. You gonna spend it all in daycare and diapers and everything else, but hey, you got one.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little later on for me.
Nah, but some real stuff. What I've learned since high school is life is high school, really. You have popular people, quote unquote. Then you have people who get ostracized and outcasted. You got favorites. Yeah, life's not too far from what high school actually is. Now just adults. And when we're growing up, they say it's that a grown folks problem. Grown folk problems ain't nothing but kids just in adult form. Instead of breaking up, they had divorces and stuff like that. So I can go a little bit more in detail, but I want to let everyone get their thoughts off real quick.
Well, as far as that,
yeah.
I mean, as far as like you're saying, basically kids and growing adult bodies, that's definitely true. But I mean, what do you feel like it's just like a mental thing, as far as or like a learning thing that people didn't learn?
I mean, do you ever really truly grow up? Because adults are still trying to figure this shit out anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying like as far as growing up, when someone say grow up or act your age, I understand what you're saying. What does that really mean?
Okay, so in my opinion, what that means is, okay, so y'all know I have a daughter, your niece, Ezra. She goes through her emotions and she expresses them very openly and kind of without control. Mm-hmm. But you can expect that out of a 3-year-old. We're pushing 30. We're closer to 30 than we are 20. But we're almost 30, so there's no reason that we as adults should not be able to regulate our emotions and control our behavior. I know some people have it a little worse than others, just got to work on it, myself included. Y'all know how I get. But when they say at your age, there's like a maturity level that you should exhibit by a certain age. That's not even necessarily through your age, but through your experience. I think that's really the difference that we have from high school to now is that we, on general, have not experienced much of life by the time we graduate high school. We are almost 10 years out of high school, so from 18 to 26, 27, however old you are, 25, that you have now started to experience life. You started paying bills if you're out your parents' house. You started paying off debts. You started getting loans. You started having serious relationships, stuff like that. So your experience should kind of mold you to be a little bit more mature. But, some people live in their high school days. Some people live in that popularity they had in high school. Some live in their fame from sports. some people peak in high school. That's just an unfortunate fact.
Yeah. It does suck sometimes that certain people either can't or won't try to experience things outside of life, because it is very easy to just follow a certain path and don't, take what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And then that can definitely have a effect on your learning as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So since we're kind of on the topic, I got a question for you both. What did you learn in high school do you think you can apply today? So we're talking a lot about what we learned outside high school, but was there anything in high school that you apply now?
In high school, I go with an easy answer and say like math and shit. You can still use math.
Okay, outside of like algebra, because that's like, if you count money, you're doing like what, algebra I think it is?
No.
Nah, that's
It's basic addition.
basic math.
Yeah, it's basic math. I guess I'd say you like once you get to high school and you go through it, you kind of have a groundwork of knowing who you are. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I guess it's kind of similar to what we're talking about, the experiences that we had accumulated.
Mm-hmm. Miss Brianna, what do you think you learned from high school?
I would say the only thing I learned from high school is the type of person I am and my personality.
Can you elaborate that for the audience?
Sure, why not? So basically, like I learned how I respond to different things, how I respond to people, and just my personality as a whole, like what I like, what I don't like. I learned pretty much all of that before I graduated.
Do you think high school taught you that, or do you think that was your teachers or your experience specifically in high school? Do you think that people who didn't go to high school could learn the same stuff? Or do you think that's kind of, I won't say a unique situation, but more
geared towards me?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody can have the experience. It just depends on what you did in life. I wouldn't, like some of it I would contribute to my teachers, but not a lot. It was mainly just like my experience and what I did get to do and what I didn't get to do, because I grew up very sheltered.
I think for me personally in high school, what it was supposed to do, it kind of does if you apply it in your life. You should, but what I've learned in high school is how to get information. Because, when you got to write your papers and do your stuff like research papers and stuff like that, you're supposed to learn how to cite your sources, find proper information, stuff like that. So that's why, sometimes you take certain things with a grain of salt. And also, gotta be careful with the information you get, because
not all of it is credible.
Not all of it is correct. Some of it's half truth. Some of it is lies. So I think that's what I learned.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say it was kind of similar for that as far as in college. Learn to think more critically and, how to write stuff, and like you said before.
So did you go to college?
I did. Dropped out after a year.
So for us, straight to work folk, how different is college from high school?
Not too much different. Mostly I'd say because I was only there for a year. Because that first year, it's depending on what you pick as your major or whatever, it could still be kind of high schoolish courses, unless you did AP. So,
for those who don't know, that's advanced placement. That's for them smart people.
It ain't that bad.
Yeah, and them niggas not that smart either.
We're really not that smart. I did AP.
They say that as I'm the only one on the mic that ain't graduated with honors, so I don't know what they talk about.
Oh, you graduated with honors?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. They tell me that's bad. What about you?
College it depends on where you go. Mm-hmm. Because I've been to a PWI and I've been to a HBCU. Two completely different experiences. Now, granted, I commuted to both colleges. I didn't stay on campus, so I didn't get the full experience. Mm-hmm. But it's basically like high school.
Quick little side note. For those who don't know, PWI stands for Predominantly White Institution, and HBU stands for?
Historically Black colleges and universities.
She go to HBCU. She don't even
Shut up.
understand. So, as someone who went straight to work, thinking about going back to college, is there any advice you can give to people that are a little bit older going into it? Since, you're like 45.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you want to go back, you can, but you don't need to because they got.
That's such a
part.
crazy answer.
Yeah, I mean they got apprenticeships and stuff like that. You can learn on the job. I think yesterday I found out that you can go to the labor bureau online and just look up what gets trained where and how much money you make and all of that. So they got resources to tell you whether you need a degree or not to get the money you want. So,
yeah, because I know there's some degrees that some jobs you kind of have to have a degree for, like to be a doctor, and kind of want someone who know what they're doing before you cut me open. And so y'all say college isn't too different from high school. Has your work experience been too different from high school?
nope.
No.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because I'm at work, right, and I go check into the stall, and side note, y'all need to clean up after y'all. So if y'all grown men and women, y'all need to stop adding the food. But so we go use the stall, and you see clearly on the stall, people writing down foolishness, talking about women and men. Well, women, because I'm in the men's bathroom. So, and it's just like, y'all got to grow up.
Yeah, we breaking the toilets, breaking the soap dispensers, the sinks.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about adults that act like they can't grow up.
You never truly grew up. That's why. You got grown people acting like kids.
Which I think isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I don't know where I seen it, if I read it in a book or seen it in something, but if you look at children, the book was pretty much saying, I'm assuming it was the book pretty much saying children exhibit true happiness. Like if you just look at a child, just smiling, if they just see pure happiness, but it's through ignorance, right? And then as we get older, we lose a lot of that ignorance and kind of just fall away from our childish behavior. But some of the happier people kind of still exhibit their childlike behavior now, just with some type of wisdom. They're not just foolish and trusting everybody, but they still show some, like they're childish. They still can enjoy life and have fun in such a childish way. I don't think there's necessarily an issue with adults being childish here and there, but there's like destruction of property that they should probably stop doing. And just being able to, like, when it's time to pay your bills and be like a responsible adult, do your thing.
Senior.
So when it's time to do, like, be responsible and do stuff like that, then you just gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta go out there and be goofy and sing Rock and Robin.
You gonna start singing it?
Absolutely not. I'm not doing that.
You brought it up. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably get concert ID'd anyways if you start singing it.
Well, since we're still on the topic of high school and adult life and stuff, what's a high school memory that stayed with you today? Good, bad, funny. Let's not try to make it depressing. Oh, I got one. If y'all even start, I'll start right now.
Go ahead, because I'm still thinking.
Mm-hmm. 9th grade year, there was this girl that I had a crush on, right? And she know I got a crush on, so I don't know what. So there's a girl I got a crush on. It's what, third period, like the third lunch. She come up to me like, Steve, I got to talk to you about something, like for the next class, because it was like 5th block or something like that. So we had PE for 7th block. So we get to 7th block. So, like, for the next 30 minutes after lunch, I'm thinking, like, what's the girl got to sell? She finna tell me she got the thing for your boy. Lord. We get the 7th block, change out for gym or PE, or I don't know if it was PE or health. I don't know what it was. All right, she walked up to me like, hey, Steve, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, what's up? Are you gay? I'm like, what? Hold on. Wait. What you mean, no? I said, oh. Is that it? Like, yeah, like, damn. Yeah. I remember that just like it was yesterday. I ain't gonna use her name, but that was a blow to my ego.
You feel like there's a reason she asked? Like, do you have like an idea of why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
It wasn't the first time. Probably not gonna be last. No, the answer's no. Wait.
Okay.
You got yours?
No, not yet.
All right. So it ain't as funny as yours, but
Should have went last.
what?
I should have went last.
You should have. But I couldn't think. So I don't remember what grade it was, but I was staying after school, and I had a concert later, and I got to go to a guitar club, which was really cool. I got to learn how to play the guitar, and I actually like sung with people, and like one of the dudes, he's actually like a musician now. So that's about it. I just remember that. It was fun.
I mean, there's only a few things I got. It's not nothing too crazy. But I remember 11th grade, I had started wrestling, even though I'm not supposed to because of medical conditions, but that's besides the point. I did started doing that, and I did very well. Like, one, I appreciated what they did because that shit's hard. It's the hardest thing you can do for real, in my opinion.
What, wrestling?
Yeah. You gotta, like, you think that, like, let's say you're like 180. You think moving a person that's 180 is the same as like some weights? No, it's a whole different ball game.
What have I been telling you? That lifting 200 pounds of weight is not the same as a 200-pound body. I've been telling that.
Yeah, it's just so much that goes into that. But I feel like at least that I can say that kind of goes back to what we were talking about before about what we learned from high school. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a bit of learned discipline from it because you gotta be on it.
Do your schoolwork, go to class.
Gotta go to class. I mean, just having something that you're focused on and trying to get better towards can really just help elevate you.
If you got the motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you still gotta like what you're doing.
Yeah, because if you don't like it, you're not gonna go to class. You're not gonna do your schoolwork.
Facts.
Okay, let's backtrack to 2011. Yeah, that sounds about right. 2011, you were
Freshman year.
14. God. So let's make coming into this prison yard. I mean, the schoolyard, right? That's more of an inside joke for those who know. Your counselor asks you what you want to be when you grow up. What do you say?
Well, I told them I said I wanted to work with computers, so they kind of put me down that path.
I said I wanted to be a surgeon. Then they told me how much school was going to be, and I said, fuck that. So I just settled to be a nurse.
There ain't nothing wrong with being a nurse. Don't like talking about some settled. Like, you downgrading to be a nurse.
I'm not downgrading. I just don't like that. I don't like school, so I chose nurse instead.
She don't like school and went to go do something that
requires a degree. I know.
Mine ain't gonna lie. They told me, hey, I was gonna be policeman. That's the only thing I can really remember that I said I wanted to be. So it's 2011. They ask you what you want to be. You got computers, surgeon, and it's talking about be a cop. Now it's year 2023. What you doing?
I work at warehouse. I work at Target.
I work at the hospital.
I work at the shipyard. So do you think that... How do I phrase this question? Did you think when they asked you that question throughout your high school career, through your high school years, that you were going to be where you are today?
Not at all.
At least professionally?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. Because, I thought, like, when I was going to do that, I was going to go that route. I feel like once I got to college, it was more specified, as in I wanted to work on creating games and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, before then, I didn't think I'd be working in a warehouse. So.
I thought I would be working on my master's by now.
She thought she was going to be Meredith Grey.
You feel me?
I mean, for me, okay, so I kind of started going towards my, I won't say dream career. Like, I was going towards what I said I wanted to do. So out of high school, I went and joined the military because I was too young to join the police force. I think you had to be 20, turning 21 by the time you graduated. So I was going to do that part-time. Not part-time. I was going to do that until I was old enough.
You can't do that out of high school if you're in police force?
No, you got to be a certain age.
You got to be a certain age because you have to carry a firearm. And a lot of them take their service weapon back home. And a lot, you got to be 21 to have a sidearm.
I just thought that you could have like a high school diploma. I thought you could do it straight out of high school since you need the high school diploma.
I mean, you have to have it. You just have to have it. You have to be graduated though.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, maybe I could have did more research and found something like in between that won't the military, but it is what it is. So I ended up joining it. Also, the plan was, so I went and talked to the Marine recruiters. Mm-hmm. My daddy looked at me like, boy, you crazy. But hey, he said 13 weeks. I said, no. So then I went and talked to the Army recruiter, and I would have, had I not been going through that legal stuff I was going with when I was in high school, my senior year, I would have joined the Army, I say like December.
Define what you're talking about legal. You don't have to specify, but.
So, like, I was trying to join the military, but if you're going through, how do I say this? Like, legal dispute sounds like it's like child care. Like a criminal case. I didn't do nothing. It was just like juvenile. It was just
any legal proceedings.
Yeah, that sound smart. Mm-hmm. We'll go with that. So if you're going through any legal proceedings, you can't join until it's concluded, so they know kind of like where you stand. So everything was all good, and then I just kind of forgot about it. And then I was at track. I went and took some of my teammates to their little cousin's softball game. I was walking. One of the Navy recruits was like, "You want to join the military?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to be doing that with my life." When talked to her, joined the Navy Reserves, went becoming MA, which is just the Navy version of an MP, which is military police. Then that was when I realized I didn't want to be a police officer. So then I kind of just applied. I just did not odd jobs, but I did like different jobs growing up. Applied to the shipyard. Then became a welder. Ain't know what welding was. Washed out. Got moved to a different job. Realized there was no future in it, like long term. Came back. Now I'm a welder. Definitely not at all what I thought I was gonna be. I didn't know what a welder was. But now I kind of like it. I kind of get to work around people, but to myself, kind of like how I always wanted to be. Mm-hmm. So if you could do what you wanted at that age, that you said at 14 or whatever, would you be doing it now? Or do you think your dream has changed, like your career path has changed so much that you say, I just do that. I want something. My desire is something else.
Yeah, I feel like it has changed. Could I go back to it or a different version of it? Sure. But as of right now, it's definitely changed.
So then the follow-up question is, what do you want to do now?
Well, right now, I'd rather be a content creator. Whether it's...
I was saying nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, whether it's, doing this podcast or making music, streaming, whatever it is, just creating something that people will be able to enjoy.
It was a two-parter. You need to repeat the question. I remember the first question. I would probably be doing the same thing because technically I am. I'm still in the medical field, just not as much school. Mm-hmm. Now, if I'm going to like it, I'll tell you next week because I've never done a healthcare job a day in my life. So we're going to see.
All right. Did you need me to repeat the second question?
Yes, please.
Well, you kind of answered it when you said, so I asked, what do you want to do now? And you were like, well, that. So that's pretty much.
Yeah. Ask me next week.
Though, I want to be a cop because that's just, first of all, I wouldn't want to cut my hair. I have 3 years worth of lots in. Ain't going nowhere no time.
You still got to cut your hair?
Yeah. As a guy, yeah, I got to cut my hair.
That's what.
Why? It's the rules. You got to cut your hair. It don't got to be like short, but it can't be long. You get into a fist fight.
Yeah. You ever seen them guys on YouTube that be going to people's houses? They be
thieves?
No. No. They work adjacent to.
You talking about the eviction people? Where they come and get you out the house?
Yeah, like
ICE?
something like that. No, eviction people.
No, nigga.
Yeah, like she was saying, like eviction people. There's like a certain word for it. Bounty hunters.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Why not, man?
No.
Hey, they make money though.
I know, but do I look like I want to? Nah, I feel like I'd rather be a cop than a bounty hunter.
I mean, it's the same thing, but you don't gotta cut your hair.
No, but as a bounty hunter, your job is specifically to go get people.
Yeah.
As a cop, you'll just enforce the law. Like, sometimes you're going to be like, look, don't do that again. And then I leave. If I was a bounty hunter, I got to go get you, and I don't want to do that. It's not Red Dead Redemption. I don't want to do that. But now, I've been talking to a few people. I might go back to school for sociology. I have some things I have planned in my mind. Don't know how I'm going to get it done, but it's going to get done.
As long as it get done.
If I ain't gonna do it, it ain't gonna get done. So, you know what I mean? Hey. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that sounds. Oh shit, big ass feet. All right, that sounds like that might be the one for this one. And y'all got any other questions?
Nope.
Not at all.
All right, well, it was nice having you here, Miss Brianna. We'll see you in the next one.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, so y'all know what to do. Y'all hit the like, the subscribe button, the follow, turn on post notifications. I feel like I'm running out of stuff.
No, that's it.
Add us in your bookmarks if you're watching on your phone, on your Safari.
Not Safari.
Put us on your homepage.
Y'all gonna make a TikTok?
Follow us on the TikTok.
Yeah, we got an Instagram that hasn't been updated, but we got an Instagram.
The moves are being made. That's just wow. How you gonna say that like that?
Y'all should make me a social media director.
Yeah, better than anybody else doing it. No one else doing
That's
that
a
shit.
crazy ass outro. We supposed to be gone by now.